everyone, it's Delaney, and I have another art project for you this week. So as you know, the 100th day of school is coming up, so I thought we would do a 100th day project, but it's going to be broken into two parts. So we're going to be making gumball machines with 100 gumballs inside. So the first part is to be making the gumball machine, and it'll look something like this. And so what you'll need is some construction paper. If you have a paper plate, you can use that for the main part. If not, you can just make that out of construction paper. You'll need scissors, glue, and a pencil as well. So gather all your materials and we'll get started. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing you'll need is a paper plate, and if you don't have a paper plate, then you can just use white construction paper and make a circle. You're going to need other construction paper. I have red and black here, but feel free to use whatever colors you like. You'll also need scissors and some glue, and then you'll need a pencil for drawing out shapes. So if you don't have a paper plate, your first step is going to be making the circle out of construction paper. But if you have the paper plate, then we're going to move on to the next step, which is making the other parts of the gumball machine. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our red paper and our black paper, and we're going to draw a trapezoid in red, two rectangles in black, and then a little circle in black as well. And this will serve for the bottom part of the gumball machine and the little lid that goes on top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my pencil, and then with the red paper, I'm going to draw a trapezoid, and you can use the plate as a little measuring tool to determine how big or small you want your shapes to be. And if you don't know how to draw a trapezoid, you could just follow along with what I'm doing here. It's one short line on the top, and then a longer line on the bottom, and then two slanted lines connecting them. So then you can see here, I have my trapezoid drawn out on the red paper, but you may have used another color, which is okay. And now with the black paper, I'm going to draw the other details, which is going to be two thin rectangles and a circle. So I'm just going to speed this up very quickly, but feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Okay, and now that that's drawn, I'll show you two there. I've got my two thin rectangles and the circle for the top as well that will go with one of the rectangles. And now that I've got all my shapes drawn out, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out all the shapes so that they're ready to be glued down. Again, I'm going to speed up this part of the video, but if you need to, pause the video and unpause when you're ready to move on. Okay, and now that I've got my pieces cut out, I'll show you. There's my red trapezoid, and then I've got the two thin rectangles in the black, and also the circle, which will go on top of one of the rectangles. So now that I've got all my pieces cut out, I'm going to take my paper plate, and I'm going to place the pieces where I want them to line up on the plate. So one of the rectangles and the circle is going to go at the top, and then the other rectangle and the trapezoid is going to go at the bottom. That way you can see it starts to look like a gumball machine. Now you can make any adjustments that you like to the pieces of paper, so I'm going to trim the two black rectangles a little bit so that it's about the same size as the top of the trapezoid, as you can see I'm doing here. And then I'm also going to trim the top rectangle, that way it fits on the paper plate a little more. And so now I'm just laying those things where I want to glue them. That way I can move on to my next step, which is taking the glue and gluing down all of my pieces. So feel free to follow along, but I'm going to speed up this part of the video, and feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Okay, and now that those are glued down, you'll see that now we've got something that looks a lot like a gumball machine, minus the gumballs. Now, well, our next step is going to be decorating, but remember, we're only going to decorate this bottom part and not the paper plate, because the gumballs that we're going to draw inside is going to be used for the next project. So we don't want to draw inside that. We're only going to decorate the bottom part there, and you could put whatever kind of design you like on it, just so long as it stays on the bottom and it does not go on the paper plate, because we have to leave that blank for next project. So just remember, just the bottom part, and you can make this whatever design you like. You can draw on it. I'm going to cut out some construction paper with the numbers 100 because it's a 100 stay project, but feel free to do whatever you like. And I'm going to speed up this part of the video of me decorating it, but feel free to pause the video if you need more time. Okay, and now that that's done, I'll show it to you. I've got the 100 on the bottom, that way I know that it's a 100-stay project, and I left the paper plate empty, that way it's ready for next project. But other than that, you're all done. Alright, and we're done. As you can see, this is how mine turned out. And remember, I didn't decorate the inside of the gumball machine yet because that's for the next project where we're going to count to 100 to draw all the gumballs inside. So if you need to, go ahead and rewind the video if you need to rewatch steps, and be ready for next week's video where we're going to put all the gumballs inside with either construction paper, paint, markers, crayons, whatever you like. So I'll see you next time. Bye.